Hey guys, Big J here. Welcome to the Centre Bounce. If there's one thing I have to tell you about Supercoach out of my years of playing Supercoach, it's don't make trades on the fly. Please, please don't do it. Don't change your game plan 2 minutes before the game because you have some wild idea that, mate, maybe I can do this thing and everything's going to work out okay. In today's episode, I'm going to tell you why that was a bad idea. So stay tuned. As I said in the intro, this week was okay. It wasn't terrible, but it could have been a lot better. I did something silly. If you saw me on Twitter, if you saw what I've been posting, I've been saying, hey, I'm really thinking about doing this with this player, bringing this guy in, and then, changing things up a little bit because potentially I could get another player in this week and not jeopardize the team. I did it. I got Rowell in. Sorry, I didn't get Rowell in. Boys, I didn't get the whole week. You're going to hate me the whole week. I was cool. Rowell's so good. Get Rowell in. He's going to be fantastic. I didn't get Rowell in. And guess who went big? Rowell. Guess who looks silly? Big J. And guess who's been mopey the last 3 days? Oh, mate. I almost didn't make this video, but for you guys, the fans, at least you learn from how I went so you guys don't make the same mistakes pretty much. Let's check out how we went this week. This week, we scored 1973, and it could have been a lot worse. Let's be honest. It could have been a lot worse. Great score for us. We did beat a lot of teams. What was that? Rank 11th this week, so it's not too bad. We'll take it. But, yeah, it's a tough one. Having a look at how my team's going, I would have loved a big score. Could have hit 2,000 plus this week. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. And yeah, we're stuck in just outside the top 7,000. So doing better than a lot of people, but doing not so great. I think there's a few drop-offs as well so far this year. If we're looking at the numbers, I know some people have been commenting on like a Closey or a Graham, how many people are actually bringing in those players. It's about 50%. So if you can imagine, we've gone down from 174 teams to just over like 80,000 probably. You can't make top 10% or top 10,000, we'll make it happen for you. Let's check out the team, how we went, the players that I didn't bring in and the ones I'm going to trade in this week. So this week was a bit of a parallel. Some players did well, some players didn't do well. And if you can see, who's this guy? Big J made mistakes, everybody. I made mistakes. Now, this is the team pre-changes. Let me just quickly check. Nope. Maybe not the team pre. No, definitely. This is the team how it went this week. So, yeah, Tuke Miller. It didn't work out well for me. I went Tuke Miller. I didn't go Rowell. I was like, cool, I'll be smart. I'll get Tuke Miller. I'll have 50K. And then I can get Sam Walsh this week. Cool. Guess who can't get Sam Walsh this week? Because I don't have enough money. It's Big J. Never make trades in the car, guys. 2 minutes before I reckon it was 30 seconds before lockout. Made the swap. Missed out on about 40-odd points. Missed out on a good captaincy score. This week we captained Heaney. Like, come on, Big J, what are you doing? I had the idea in my head. I was just like, cool. Heaney's there. He's been captain, basically fantastic scores the whole season. He'll do it again for us. No worries. Obviously didn't work out. So starting from the back line, nice to see Sheasel doing decently well. He did cop McGuinness tag, so 110. We'll take it. Luke Ryan, first sub 100 score, and he won't be super cheap, but if we quickly check on what his break even is, 132. So potentially he bounces back. We'll have to see. He does have like a 140 in his average as well, so maybe when that drops out, his scoring drops out. If he drops a stinker this week versus the Dogs, you know what's going to happen. He's going to be cheap. Someone who was cheap is Nick Dacos, and the 133 is fantastic. If we go back and check his break-even, 95. So it's starting to go above what his average is. Also, below what his average is, he's going to end up scoring more than it. So 133 would have been fantastic. One of the few scores in my team, I think there was 2 scores. No, 1 score higher than that this whole week. Kind of sums up how my team went. Whitfield, 85. I'm not happy. George is not happy about Whitfield. Big J's not happy about Whitfield either. I'm sorry if we suckered you into picking Whitfield because I'm not happy, boys and girls. Zach Williams, 33. Yeah, he's gone for me this week. I knew it was going to happen. Unlucky for the people that had Massimo as well, because Massimo scored something like a 50 and was subbed out. Zach Williams apparently got injured halfway through the game, didn't come on for the second half. So the 33 is not great. Closey, 75. First sub ton for this guy. Pretty crazy. And still has a relatively low break even as well. I think if he scores a 77, it's going to go up 70K. Like, it's very doable, especially versus West Coast. Looking through the team, obviously House didn't play. Reed's still injured. Butters, 127, great. Bontempelli, 125. Nice to see a bounce back from him. Jack Steele. We've vice captain Jack Steele on Thursday. I said pre-game on Thursday, never pick Thursday players. Never works out. Who picks Thursday players? It's me. Tom Green, 82. I'm really, really worried. If you had got someone else in, you can now get Tom Green for very cheap. You might not even want Tom Green at this point. Hopefully he doesn't stink it up. Hopefully there's a bounce back. I don't know what it is. I think it's accountability, really, and that's what's really hurting him. Flanders, 110. Fantastic pickup still. Still relatively cheap for what he puts out, especially in the forward line. Like, you could bring this guy in now, and you'd be very, very happy. Nick Martin, nice to see the bounce back there, 114. And then Tuke Miller as well. So I've kind of said enough about Tuke Miller, but yeah, it sucks. It hurts. And we've got him in the team, so it is what it is. Matt Roberts, 117. Very, very happy. Almost traded Matt Roberts out. So glad we didn't. Still a relatively low break even. And in some people's books, potentially a keeper at the moment. We'll see what happens there. He is on my trade plans eventually. But if he can get to 450, 500K, that average jumps up. Long-term keeper potentially for us. Does have a nice DPP. We could end up with a Matt Roberts on the bench. I think I would prefer to finish my team and pick up maybe an Oliver or someone else if I can potentially do that instead, though. On the bench, Jeremy Sharp, 67. Not a bad score. Wilson, 69. And then Graham, another sub. What I would have expected score, but some nice cash gen there with a negative 45 break even. So hopefully he has a good game versus West Coast as well. Someone who had a very good game is Brody Grundy. Now, I know if you're watching the channel, Joe has Marshall and English. And I think Grundy almost outscored Marshall and English put together. That's how good the guy's game was coming off the bye. And I'm very, very happy I did not force Rowan Marshall last week or English the week before. I kept Grundy, and Grundy showed us. Now, I don't think he's going to be a keeper for the whole year, but it's nice to get over 100 score. If we kind of check out his scoring, my big head's going to block everything for you guys. 1 second. Cool. If we check out his scoring, I've got suckered in. Round 1, 71. Not great. Round 2, 99. Not great. Round 3, okay, 114. It's not too bad. Round 4, 93. Okay. And then a big score in round 6. So very, very happy. A lot of people jumped off here or here, and we got at least something. We got a bit of a price rise out of him, which is great for us. And then, Heaney captain on the Sunday wasn't great. Looking at my team, I probably could have gone Sheasel as the captain. I think he potentially was the better choice, but Heaney's been captain all year. So good captaincy choice. We'll take that. Tom Powell is still keeper status, I think, but his average is definitely dropping down and his score has really started to hurt. He's a North Melbourne player. We got dominated, and it's really tough when you're in the midfield at the moment because, we just get beaten all the time. So it kind of sucks. Someone who didn't get beaten in the midfield is bloody Harley Reid. Now, I know a few people got off him at around 250K. He's been fantastic the last 3 weeks. Now, I don't think he's going to do that well against Gold Coast, but some people are already calling Harley Reid keeper status. And if that's the case, we're doing okay with our team. I'm not ready to do that yet, but this guy could easily be 450, 500K. I might go Harley Reid straight to Petrarca with an upgrade, and we'll see how that works out for us. Dempsey, 53, not happy. I've got to hold him this week for an extra week, but his break-even's getting very close to his projected, which isn't great, which means that he's going to start losing money for us. So we need a big week out of him if potentially we can over the next 2 weeks. This is the time Best 18s are finished, guys. You've got to start getting rid of these dud players off your team. Get rid of them on the field. Another player who really hurts is Sam Darcy. Now, every other game has been fantastic. This 49 is a blimp, but it's going to be in his very even this week, next week, and then coming up to the week after. It's not great. He really needs to have a bounce back game. And unfortunately, against Freo, I just don't think it's going to happen. So maybe the game after that. We'll wait and see. I would have loved for him to be 350K. Free upgrade to a premium in the forward line. Kind of sucks that it's not. Cadman, we're keeping for a bit longer. I know some people have jumped off. And so Sexton didn't play. Biggie Nguyen. Now, I watched his game. It wasn't great. It really wasn't great. I'm hoping that we're going to get a bit of a bounce back from him this week. Hopefully he plays is probably the big thing. Clarko's not going to get rid of him after 2 games. Please, Clarko. I'm not the coach. We'll see what happens there. I'm going to make my trades and then talk a little bit about cash gen and cash value as well. So this week, we are going to downgrade and then we're going to upgrade. So Zach Williams goes, and I was going to get rid of Dempsey. That was the plan. That was the whole idea of getting rid of Tuke Miller. So getting Tuke Miller, get rid of Dempsey, keep Sharp. Cool. I would be very, very happy. I can't get rid of Dempsey. I do not have enough money to bring in the player that I'm going to bring in. And congrats for Elliot Yo owners. Really. Every week I hype up this guy. 114 average, 3-round average of 143. This guy is like keeper defense. He could be D1. Like he's averaging more than Whitfield, than Dacos. Like he's my D3 at the moment if I had him in my team. I could get him in. This week, unless I go crazy and bring in Elliot Yo, which could happen, this week we are going to trade Jeremy Sharp. I'm not happy about it, but I kind of can't do anything else. Nick Martin goes to the back, and Big J is going to make 2 midfield trades. We are going to bring in Garcia and Sam Walsh. Now, if you guys can find me a better player to bring in at sub 600K, let me know. I'm more than happy to change it. I'm more than maybe I go Houston and then fill off my back line. 100% I'm happy to do it. Houston! I love to do that every game. Like Houston's one of those people that you just wish you had in your team. Good buy round as well. I'm kind of convincing myself already. Sam Walsh is just cheap. He's going to make us a lot of money. Let's smash up the optimize. Sorry, not money. He's going to score us a lot. 2501. It's not bad. It's not a bad projected score. Now, I did post in George's Discord, hey, I can't wait for that to drop down to 2200 this week. You know what's going to happen. Gordon is what? Projected a 162. It's not going to happen, but it'd be cool if it was. This is the team heading into the next week. Backline is effectively done, just waiting for Closey to either appreciating cash or make us enough money there. Midfield, we've got 1 rookie on field. Happy about that. And then your 2 ruckmen, obviously. The forward line is where it hurts. Right now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 guys to upgrade. It's not too bad. We've got enough money, hopefully, on the bench with a Wilson, Graham, depending on what Garcia does. Probably need 1 or 2 more rookies, but then also depending on who we actually bring in as well. I'm probably just looking for a cheapo couple more midfielders here. I wanted Sarong. I wanted a Petrarca, a Zach Merritt. I just don't think I can afford it. And unfortunately, Tuke Miller is burning a hole in my pockets. So it is what it is. We'll see. We'll see how we go over the next week or so. One thing I did kind of want to show and highlight is the team value. Hopefully, you guys are getting close. I did say at the start of the preseason, hey, you want to make your team, you want to have around $14.5 million team, if you can. Looking at historically, this is how much your team's going to end up costing. Let's check out how we're going. It kind of shows a bit of progress in the team. At the moment, 12-6. So I think with a few of these players coming through, we're getting to about that $13 million mark. Make sure you jump on the rookies when you come, because over the next couple of weeks, we've got Garcia, potentially a McCaller for a big and Ewan if you didn't go early on these players. You're running out of money quick, guys. It's really going to start hurting. So, yeah, something to think about when you're considering a primo versus a rookie. Your primo is always going to go up and down in cash. Your rookie is generally only going to go up. You need to get these players in and prioritize them over the next few weeks, Because I know I've got a Sexton. I know I've got a Harley Reid. Plus, what? Livingston's still there and a few of these other players. You need the upgrades. You need money. That's my team review for round 6. A bit of advice for you guys in your teams. Let me know down in the comments how you guys went. Big J, Took Miller. Oh my gosh. It is what it is. And we have to live with it. I almost made my team review and just be like, yeah, Took Miller, I traded him out, got Matt Rappel in. We're not going to do it. I think that's a bit crazy. Let me know down in the comments how you went. Check out our live streams. This week's a very short one. Monday, Tuesday, and then the game's on Wednesday. Exact day is going to be great. But for us in Supercoach land, it's a lot of content over the next couple of days. Guys, hopefully you've enjoyed the team review. Hopefully your week hasn't been too bad. Remember, best 18 this week. Captaincy matters. Scores matter. Getting rid of those rookies off the field. Hopefully you guys can check out the rest of our content this week as we go through the players who you guys need to bring in your teams. Because here at the Centre Bounce, we do the hard work, so you guys don't have to. Bye for now.